He's had success against this Raptors team this season, in part because physically he knows he can match up with athleticism there. He can just go play his game.
Leonard gets the party.
On the road this season as Green kicks out. Shot clock at 10. Here comes Siakam. The ultra-talented forward going left hand. 9 straight to start the
game. DeMar DeRozan. And fellas, after Saturday's Game 1 loss and before DeRozan and the Spurs played in Denver, DeRozan was told by Lowry, go be great for us. As Kawhi Leonard.
And I don't even like looking at the replay of it, but, you know, that trade, in a lot of ways, the best. How about that rebound? That was a grown man rebound.
Takes matters into his own hands. Here's Kawhi Leonard, 8 of the Raptors' first 11 points. Lowry from deep. Splash! Season shooting slump is Augustine. Now they've knocked out of his hands. Lowry struggled the final 6 games of the regular season. Was barely over 31%. And Siakam. Well, who's going to get Orlando its first basket?
Fuji for a line.
9th in scoring defense. Shot clock is only at 3. Fournier recognizes, fires from deep, and hits.
Wow. Talk about a high degree of difficulty on that shot.
Oh, what a game 1 that he played as the Raptors.
Kawhi Leonard is, but his ability to create his offense against good defense is what separates him from so many.
Gordon on a triple. So too much. They go right to Leonard, center of the paint. First real touch for Ibaka. Went right around Vucevic like he was.
This first quarter shows you that this is a team that is locked and focused here and understands what they have to do to ultimately achieve their goal.
That's Terrence Ross as they desperately try to get his scoring game going. Leonard meantime, 10 of the Raptors' first 20 points.
And 12-2 points in the paint. So they have more points in the paint than the Magic have thus far. Haven't missed in the paint either. And this is the guy, if you're the Magic, off
in that last huddle, Steve Clifford urging his team to just go play the next play, down by as many as 14. He said, we got the best of Toronto. Remember earlier this week, after the Game 1 win.
Raptors have been here before, of course, under the mild-mannered Dwayne Casey. Nurse a little bit more emotional as a coach. How does he navigate this team through this? Gordon unable. Who just joined us, Kawhi Leonard. Off to a terrific start, 12 of their first points. Siakam.
That rub hand. When you get good opportunities, you've got to be ready to pull the trigger because there may not be another in that possession.
Lowry again from deep.
When you're not going to be happy with that if it goes against you, no matter who you are, especially in the postseason. And Ross, he has got what we call.
Is cooking. 4 of 5. His second 3. He's got a dozen. Ibaka.
Maker here. He did have 8 rebounds in that game, but he's been doing more here tonight. And Lowry able to get that little reverse to go. And the shot quality right now for Orlando is a concern. Not able to create anything easy. And I thought Leonard got away with a travel there, but he was able
in so many ways.
For the entire organization, no doubt about it. Listen, I love what the Magic are doing. I think they have definitely come a long way. And Lowry.
What a difference in Lowry's numbers already. When you compare it to Saturday's Game 1. Vucevic inside. As Augustine with the second most among reserves in the league with Brooklyn, Spencer Dinwiddie. Lou Williams led the league with 8. Leonard back in the game, playing with 3 personals. Siakam pretty spin, couldn't put it down. Boy, DJ Augustine talked about his big Game 1. The go-ahead 3. Late is Gordon with a vicious 2-handed finish.
Guys that are your best players, they're going to have to step up. Vucevic and obviously Ross is doing his job. Fournier and Gordon, those guys are going to have to play.
Siakam.
How about the pass there?
Should play before halftime. Gordon with the play clock down to 8. Siakam on his back, tough turnaround, and he hits. What a shot by Gordon. Magic have gotten 27 of their 35 points from Gordon and Ross. Augustine inside, that is Birch.
That's another
to claw their way back. Down by as many as 16 points. Lowry against Ross. Going glass. Too easy.
and hadn't shot it well. He's still been solid for them. The problem is their best players have yet to kind of have an impact on the game.
Leonard fires a three with the shot clock at 5.
From up top, guys are just going when he puts it down, so he can't get a rhythm for when the double team is coming, and that's why he continues to struggle as Gasol knocks down that deep one.
Spiro G.A. asked Nick Nurse about his top 2 perimeter defenders being in foul trouble. Both Danny Green and Kawhi Leonard picked up 3 in the first half. He said, quite frankly, he's not sure what's...
Gasol, the former defensive player of the year, misses on a 3 and the rebound by Fournier.
4 steals now for Gasol in this game. Good job there for defense of the Raptors. It's just been too good for this Magic team.
Fournier 16 in game 1. That was only his 2nd field goal tonight. Leonard, that's a deep 2.
Well, he's settling. That's the thing as a young player. He's taken 3 shots, and they've all been threes as opposed to maybe putting it on the ground and getting to the rim. And great run, like what we saw from Gordon Hayward with the Celtics, who had to deal with that horrific injury. It just takes time to, and you don't want to take a risk as Siakam
Raptors have opened up a 19-point lead. It's a 13-4 run over the last 3 and change. Vucevic, tough left-handed shot with Gasol.
For him to have more of an impact offensively.
Raptors' 2nd best record in the league behind only Milwaukee as Leonard bringing this man.
Patience, no concern for his health.
This is Danny Green from deep and tip, weak side by Lowry. Well, he has answered the bell.
Intensity and activity defensively for the Raptors. It is hard to play this level of defense for now going on 30 minutes that they've been able to do it, even though Gordon's able to knock down that mid-range.
Boy, where would the Magic be without Gordon? 3-point shot, 15 points. Gasol left wide open.
The opportunity that it presents, best chance he feels at potentially winning a world championship.
3-time All-Star, former defensive player of the year. Look at it.
Very best player on a playoff team that's pretty impressive as well.
I like that you're putting yourself out there.
Yeah, I'll keep it real, man. I'm not afraid. Gordon knocks down another triple.
Leonard is everywhere.
I tell you what, he is.
Offensive rebound, Siakam. Play clock at 8. Gasol from deep. Got it again.
Basket to get not a rhythm shot there because he was faking the pass.
Gordon out to Fournier. That's a 3. Well, Magic desperately needed that shot, but they're still down 21 points. Look at the bleacher
struggle when you see the Raptors defending at this level. Great finish there by Augustine, getting out the open floor. The plan for the Magic was to contain Kawhi Leonard, but the great players are going to have success. There's just no doubt about it. And Vucevic, Michael Carter Williams, they'll get all the way in and score. He's a talent, but they don't have those guys that are yet built for the postseason that can have success when it gets harder. Although that was pretty easy right there for Kawhi.
Comeback last night by the Clippers, biggest comeback in NBA postseason history. There's Siakam going blast. Greg, maybe it's us.
Yeah, it could be.
Had a blowout the other night in Milwaukee.
My goodness.
1:40 to play. Can Orlando come back and make a game of it as Michael Carter Williams back-to-back basket from tough 3 with under a minute left in the quarter. Here comes Gordon. Weaving his way through. Boy, cocks it back. As Orlando quarter. Gordon now taking his turn on Leonard. Leonard 31 points. Pulls up from deep. Got it!
You are not going to stop.
Leonard has been otherworldly tonight. Powell on the steal. And he finishes. Magic taking it on the chin.
Now the load management now since we've gotten into the postseason.
Well, Lowry frustrated. And he hasn't been at the free throw line, but Greg, no points for Orlando the last 3.5 minutes.
So things that your system creates for you. And again, I go back to why it's so important to have those great players. And I love the fact that
As Van Fleet with the play clock down to 5. Here's Powell. Outside the Leonard. And the Raptors' best punch. And they have gotten that and then some. By the way, Kawhi Leonard's career postseason high is 43 points.
Are going to err on the side of caution especially with a guy being in his free agent year.
Fournier, that's a tough shot on the run, going glass.
Leaving. And if that happens, well, you're talking about being to the detriment of this Raptors franchise moving forward.
It will be a game changer and then some. At least had a couple of prolific nights as a collegiate. There's a three-pointer from the corner by Powell. The Raptors have owned the night here in game 2. Here comes Carter Williams, and he will see. Frazier Jr. He struggled a little bit off the bench. Kem Birch is there to clean up the mess. We love that suit from game 1.
He got a little flair in his game, that's for sure.
Jeremy Lin, a coach in the D League now, the G League. Multiple championships there, a couple of stints in England.
I get a sense that it's probably the best team that the Raptors have had. You know, they won 59 a year ago. I just feel from a personnel standpoint, this team